Hello, people from my. Actually, I don't know if you can hear me, but hello, people from my laptop. Today, I'll be doing one of the many cliches that people do during the festive seasons that is in between December, early December to the last days of it, which is creating a vision board for next year. I know it's quite cliche. I've never really done it before. Actually, I've never done it before, but I've been influenced a lot by social media and the fact that I've been journaling a lot. So I was just like, hey, you know what? It can't really harm me, can it? There's nothing bad about making a vision board of mine, no matter how cliche it may be. Now, for starters, vision boards or mood boards, I guess they've been used quite interchangeably these days, even though I think that they're two very different things. A mood board, I guess, just I see it as something that's made for the aesthetic and not really like a plan, more so like a vision board. But how I see vision boards is that there's something that you want to achieve or you want to do for a specific amount of time or for a specific year, and that's why people do them or people create them before the New Year's. Now, I noticed in a lot of people's vision boards, I'm not shaming anyone. I noticed that a lot of them tend to create vision boards that feel like shopping carts. I wanted to make my vision board with the intent of improving, being much more mindful, and being intentional with my actions for next year, which would improve me and myself for the long run. And so I created it in a way that's like, hmm, I'm sorry, I created it in a way that would feel like a step by step process, like a guiding vision board per se. And when you look at my vision board, it doesn't feel like you have to focus on the pictures one by one. Because if you looked at it wholly, completely, you could easily get a grasp of what I'm trying to do or what I intend to achieve for the new year. Now, for my vision board, I created a title for it, which is Intent and Mindfulness. Because I feel like by creating a title for my vision board, it serves as a guide as to what I want to focus on rather than it just being random things that I want to do, which is a lot. And I really wanted to focus on these two things, especially since I've been getting into Buddhism. I still haven't converted. I'm still a Catholic right now. I'm not devout, but I've been getting into Buddhism, yes. Now, before creating this vision board, I reflected heavily on what happened during this past year. I created an in and out list. I created the whole outline of the things that I want to accomplish, a step by step guide of what I want to do for the next year. And actually, you know what? Let me pull up my journal right now to, address some of the things that I wrote down before creating this vision board. And mind you, I have been creating this vision board for about a month now. Now, hold on. Okay, here we go. So, the first thing that, I'm sorry, the first thing that I did before actually creating the vision board is to reflect upon the year of 2025. In here, I stated that 2025 wasn't the best year but it isn't the worst one either. I became wiser, met great people, ate well, and I'm overall happy because I got over it, which I think it's kind of the sentiment for every time the year ends. A lot of the times I'm just happy that I got over it, that it's already done with. And I don't want to feel like that for the next year. I don't want to feel like that the next time I create a vision board or I reflect upon the year prior again. And I also listed down things, the stupid things that I did, along with the things that I accomplished, which I'm not really going to be talking about since I feel that that's kind of private to me. Now, after my quick reflection, I wrote down a list of stuff to leave in 2025. Now, the first one is bringing a huge amount of money to school. I don't mean huge. I'm not really rich, but I feel as if I could have saved a lot more. I'm not exaggerating. I spend quite a lot when I know that I have classes. I just know that I could have saved so much more money if only I brought the exact, or not even the exact, just the right amount of money that I actually needed for whenever I have to go to classes. Second is leaving my tumbler at home. This one's a very bad habit of mine of leaving my tumbler at home and having to, you know, buy water from convenience stores every single time. And it's just not sustainable, not just for me and my spending, but also for the environment, to which I've been reflecting on upon these past few days. The third one is very embarrassing, but as someone who's quite chronically online, I really want to leave my Discord subscription. I know, it's quite funny. Like, I'm already of legal age, yet I still have my subscription. Oh, what was that? I still have my Discord subscription, yes. I don't think that there's any shame in it. I just feel that I'm wasting money. I don't really find the appeal of having a subscription for Discord anymore, as I really just use it to communicate with friends, and we all just me and my friends just don't really care about having a nice layout for Discord, my Discord profile being flashy. I don't really mind stuff like that anymore. Therefore, I'm leaving my Discord subscription this year. Next is grab food late at night. Grab food is basically ordering food or like food delivery late at night. This is also a very bad habit of mine. It's not just to save money, but also for my health. Because as we all know, it's not very healthy to get fast food delivery late in the evening. Because I'm aware that I'd sleep right after that, and that's not healthy at all, especially if you're eating junk food or fast food. I really want to leave that behind for my spending and for my health. Now, the fifth one, this one might raise some eyebrows, but this is a personal thing that I want to leave behind, and it's long nails. I feel that I'm in a point in my life wherein I see them as kind of tacky. I'm not, again, this is not made with the intention of, shaming anyone who likes the stuff that I want to leave in 2025. This is just what I want for myself personally. And, you know, some people carry long nails beautifully. I've seen some long nail designs that are so beautiful. I have no idea how they do it, but it's just not for me, and I respect them so much. But yeah, for this upcoming year, I really want to focus on having, not really focus, but I really want to start getting either shorter acrylics or just bare, just have my nails bare, because I think they're quite beautiful like that, and I see having bare nails as a fashion statement in it of itself, and I think it's quite authentic to me to have authentic for me, sorry, to have bare nails and not long nails. No, the sixth one is purchasing clothing weekly. This one's a very bad consumer habit of mine. I think a lot of us can relate to us, especially with how capitalism works these days in the consumer's mindset. We have been not trained is not the right word, rather, we have been molded to follow these trends, the thing we're molded to follow trends and be influenced so easily by social media these days, wherein we tend to overconsume and overindulge in the things that we know wouldn't be trendy anymore in the next 2 weeks or in the next month. And I think that it's just not sustainable anymore, especially with the fact that I'm just a student and I'm still unemployed. I think that I should focus a lot more on saving up my money and being intentional, being actually intentional with the things I buy rather than just buying everything that's trendy. And one of them are clothes. I buy clothes so much, and with the amount that I buy, I feel like it lessens the value of the clothes that I actually have because I have so much of it. How are you going to see something as valuable if you already have so much of it? And I think that by trying to not purchase as much as I need to, since I don't even need any clothes at this point, I mean anymore, because I just have so much. I even decluttered my wardrobe. I decluttered my wardrobe like a few weeks ago, a few days ago, or something like that. And the amount of clothes that I found that aren't the, aren't really in my style right now, in how I want to dress and how I want to be perceived, is baffling. I have no idea why I bought those clothes in the first place. I probably used a lot of them like once or twice only. I still have them in my room over there. I'm not going to show it obviously, but I might sell it online. I might give it to charity. I have no idea, but I'm quite sure that I'm not keeping it anymore since it only takes up space in my wardrobe. Now, next is online shopping. This one I'm not gonna leave in 2025 completely. I just want to lessen it since with online shopping, along with online banking, it's so easy to buy so many things at once because it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel like I'm spending money. It doesn't feel like the money I've spent is accumulating. Because if you see something online, it feels cheap. It feels like you're buying it for a deal. Oh, why do I have to buy in a physical store for this price if I could just get it online for so much cheaper? That is true to an extent. A lot of us, especially me, I tend to not notice how much I've spent when buying or purchasing anything online because I'm not mindful with it. And when I try to calculate it by the end of the month or by the end of the year, I get shocked whenever I see the amount that I've spent in that period of time. And it's not something to be happy or proud about. Overconsumption and overindulgence is real, and I'm unfortunately one of the victims of it. Lastly, is having a messy room. I think this is quite self explanatory. Nowadays, I see my room, how messy it is or how clean it is, as a reflection of how I'm doing in life. Because first of all, why would you want to rest in a messy room? Why would you want to work in a messy environment? It goes the same for everywhere. I think it doesn't even have to be like um minimalist type of room. It doesn't have to be Like, you don't have to remove your room of its personality or of your personality. It just has to be tidy. And that's the rule that I'm mandating upon myself is to keep my room tidy at all times. Now, now that we're done with my list of stuff to leave in 2025, on the other page, I have the list of my 2026 upgrades and rules. Now, this was created with the intent of it being a step-by-step guide to achieve, improvement during the year. First one, the rules in here, you'll also see them in my mood board. I mean, vision board, sorry. You'll also see them in my vision board at the side. I have them listed down and divided by the aspects of my life to which they're affecting. Now, first one is surround yourself with people who are smarter or richer than you, meaning people who are better than me in general. I see this as the small fish in big pond, big fish in small pond thing. If you're constantly surrounded by people who are better than you, then you're basically a small fish in a big pond. You'd have so much room to grow, and that's what I want for myself. It's not that I label people or treat people as better than me or lower than me. No, that's just wrong. What I deem as someone who's better than me is someone who can spend their time better, someone who knows how to spend their money better, who's money savvy, someone who's frugal, but is smart in a smart way, someone who's money savvy, someone who has higher grades than me, someone who knows how to actually network, someone who owns a business, stuff like these, which would innately make my life better if I had those traits. Therefore, I'd want to be surrounded by people who has those traits to be able to to be able to integrate those traits into my life too. Now next. Next is consistent health habits. This one isn't made with the intention of fitting a specific beauty standard. My vision board is made with the intent of, you know, my life being better in the long run. I don't see this as a um as a solution for the short term. I see this as, how to make things easier or better for me in the long run. And one of those is having consistent health habits. With consistent health habits, I really do not see the, you know, cons of this one. It's just all net benefits for me since I do have a lot of habits that don't necessarily make me a healthy person, and I admit to that. Under the consistent health habits listed are no more than 2 cups of coffee in a day. Now, this one, I really have to take this one seriously. I know I'm only 18 and I wouldn't really see the damage that I'm doing to my body right now, but I'm well aware that once I've grown a little bit older, I'd very much regret it, and I do not want that to happen. I want to live a longer life. I'm sorry. I said it there. There's nothing bad about that. Now, with the 2 cups maximum of 2 cups of coffee a day, I admit to having a caffeine addiction. I drink probably 3 to 6 cups a day on average, even when I don't have classes, even when I'm just doom scrolling and, lazying around the house. I still drink so much coffee and I don't know why. It's honestly a caffeine addiction and I want to limit that and lower that, you know, to be healthier. Because come on now, who needs that amount of coffee in a day if you aren't actually doing anything productive? Now, next is snack snack lesser. Okay, I think I phrased that the wrong way, but you get what I'm trying to say. The problem with me is that I don't tend to eat meals. I mean, I do eat meals. I eat lunch, I eat dinner from time to time. I eat one of them like most of the time, but that's mainly because I snack a lot. And I want to stop doing that because snacking costs me so much money. It costs me so much money and it messes up my circadian rhythm. I say that because it messes up my sleep cycle, how tired I am within the day, my mood within the day. It messes up so many things when I'm not following, um, I guess, a schedule for what time I eat. And what concerns me the most isn't just my health, it's my spending habit when it comes to snacking because I always buy quite expensive food. When it comes to snacking, I buy sushi. I buy from fast food chains to snack on. I buy this and that, this and that. Like, why not just save up that money to buy a meal, to buy one big meal? It's a very big problem that I have because most of the time we do have, not most of the time, all the time actually, we always have food in the house for meals, yet I don't eat them because I already snacked so much before even going home. So I want to prevent myself from snacking as often. I'm not going to stop it, obviously. I'm not going to restrict myself from, eating the things that I like, but I want to, limit myself with the snacking because it's taking quite a toll on my wallet. Now, next is only eat junk food or fast food socially. This one is tied with the no grab foods late at night because with junk foods and fast food, it's so they're so easily addictive, but like there's no inherent problem to them. So I don't see why I should completely ditch that out. But when it comes to, I guess, functions and socially, you can't completely avoid them. So I guess in that way it's fine. But it also takes a toll on someone's wallet. So that's also why I want to start avoiding that. Now, for the third one, is to wear less makeup, definitely, except for events. I emphasize the except for events part because there will be days wherein you'd have you'd want to look much more, I guess, avant-garde or grandeur, and that's the time where I'd feel the need to put a little bit more makeup on. But just for casual days, I want to stop being all caked up and just wearing so much. I don't even wear so much makeup, like a lot, but it's also expensive. Makeup's also expensive if you actually think about it. The cost of makeup accumulates so much because you don't only use one product. Like for example, lippies. There's only there's not a lot of people who only use one lippy product. Like there has to be a lip liner, a gloss, an actual lipstick, sometimes a lip tint. So much. There's so much of it, and it accumulates. Like the cost of it accumulates so fast that you don't even notice it. Because most of the time you don't buy them in bulk or you don't buy them all at the same time. You buy them when you run out of one product. So with that, you don't notice how much you've spent for makeup already. And also, I'm in a very, I guess, let's put it as simple, um, phase in my life. I'm not, I don't want to be subjected to societal, I guess, beauty standards. I mean, that's not a big issue for me. More so, I want to focus on so many more other things. And I think that looking a certain way is it's not my vibe for next year, nor for life, I think. Now, next is 30-day wish list rule for the things that I want to buy. With this one, I'm really trying to train myself to stop over consuming, products in general. So if I want a product, not need, okay? If I want a product, I'll put it on a 30-day wish list. And once the duration of 30 days end, and I don't want that product anymore, or it isn't an immediate yes anymore, then I'm not getting that product. It saves me so much money. I think this will save me so much money and so much time too. Because when you buy a product, you'd have to look for it. You'd have to look for a specific one. If it's makeup or clothes, you'd have to look for the color that you want. So many things go into it. But if you consume so much of it, you'd get so used to it. But you're also spending so much money. Now, next is less online shopping. Now, I think I've already brought this one up, but yeah, when I shop online, I just completely fail to notice that I'm actually running out of money. I'm actually losing money in the purpose of buying stuff online because it doesn't feel like real money to me. Now, next is no buying duplicates equals save up for original. Now, with this one, there's no issue with buying duplicates, by the way. Like, just buy duplicates if you want it. There's really no problem with it. I have no qualms with it. But for me, whenever I buy duplicates, maybe it's just, I'm sorry. Maybe it's just because I buy duplicates that aren't good. But when I buy duplicates, most of the time they break or they lose their purpose a few months in, not even half a year in, and I'd have to buy it again, like again and again. It's just a complete cycle. I think that saving up for the original item would just, yes, it is expensive, but in the long run, it'll save me so much more money rather than just buying the duplicate again and again. So that's why I'd rather save up for the original and stop buying duplicates. Now, this one I've already mentioned, shorter nails. The eighth one is only use hailing apps when absolutely needed. Now, this is made with the intention of utilizing public transport here in the Philippines. Hailing apps like Grab, Angkas, which is like motorcycle hailing apps, and InDrive and Grab, which are for car hailing apps, which is like Uber, I guess, for US citizens or whatever. Um, I want to start utilizing public transport because the transport fee, if I use Grab or InDrive, InDrive is usually cheaper, so that's what I use. If I use InDrive from my house to my university, it'll usually cost around 700 to 800 pesos, which is a lot. And that's not like on my way to school and from school back to my house. No, that's 800 per ride. And if I use Angkas or Move It, which is like for motorcycle, it'll cost around like 250 or 350 pesos, which is a lot. Especially for a student who doesn't have a job, that's a lot. Now, if I use public transport though, it'll only cost me around 70 pesos. 70 pesos from my house to my university, 70 pesos. From my university to my school, I mean to my house, another 70. So it'll only cost me 140, estimated of 140 pesos for the whole day, for the whole day of transport. But if I use tailing apps, it's like five times, three times, four times more than that. And that's absurd. That's just absurd to me. The amount of laziness I've gathered this year is just completely absurd to me. And I do not like it at all. And I'm not proud of it. Now, next is go out or hang out slash eat only once or twice a week. Now, I love my friends. Don't get me wrong. I love my friends. I love my friends a lot. I value them. But I really want to I mean, no, sorry. I really want to save up money this year. I really want to save up money for the long run because I'm really thinking of like what would happen during an emergency? What would happen if I needed to eventually move out of my mom's house. I don't have emergency money. I don't have savings. So I think it's just right for me to, think about, no, no, not just think about, take saving up money seriously and not just, goof around with it. And hanging out, drinking, and eating outside is very expensive. You have to take account of the stuff that you'd have to spend money for. Transportation. Transportation's very, very expensive these days. The food you buy, the drinks you buy, everything. I think every step of the way, once you're out with your friends, is just spending, 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 spending. Don't get me wrong, I love my friends a lot, but I want to start saving money. So please, guys, let's only go out and hang out once or twice a week. Or, it isn't even a problem if I can't go out. That's just my thing, but I still love my friends. Let me phrase that. Now, next is only buys coffee socially. With this, I realized how much I spent money on getting coffee outside, in coffee shops, even though I don't even need it. I could just make money at home. I make money. No, hey, okay, government. No, I did not mean that. I, I realized that I could just make coffee at home and like bring it outside. It's so much more sustainable for the environment and for my wallet. But like, this doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop from like completely stop from buying coffee from coffee shops since I do like my coffee from there from time to time. But I want to start lessening it definitely. Next is save up 10K per month. This one's very doable. Very, very doable. The only problem is that I spend so much money, I overconsume, I overindulge, and I'm not mindful or intentional about any of them. So I'm definitely gonna try and practice saving up money. I think I think this is what this video is about. Me just yapping about saving money, not even the vision board at this point. Also, what's happening to the background? Why am I being taken by Zeus himself? Okay, hold on now. Hold on, something's happening. Okay, come on. What's happening to my background? Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm sorry for that. Now, next. Next is, sorry. Next is be intentional. Since I did tell you guys at the beginning of the video, I've been practicing Buddhism for about a month now. And I realized that a lot of the things I do aren't acted upon with a specific intent in mind, or I'm not completely aware of the things, aware or conscious of the things I actually do, which I think is not the right way to live for me. I want to have good, I want to do things with good intentions behind them. And I think that it's just cruel and there's just no point in doing things that have bad intentions behind them because you're only wasting your own time and not anyone else's. Well, yes, you could also waste someone else's time with a bad intent behind it, but you're also wasting your own time. And with being much more intentional and mindful with the things I do, I think it's easier for me to, find the value in the things that I actually love to do rather than focusing on so many different things that I shouldn't even be doing in the first place, or I'm not even aware that I'm doing them in the first place. Now, next is journal more. This one I've already been practicing because whenever I meditate, I don't just meditate alone in silence. I meditate with my journal because I'm that type of person who's much more open and vulnerable when it comes to writing. And I find that journaling helps me so much more with, you know, thinking and just pondering about the little things in life. And that's why I listed down journal more in here. Now, last is focus more on studies. Again, I don't have a lot of responsibilities. I'm a university student. I don't have a job. What more should I focus on? What more should I focus on to get my life in check, to get my future in check, other than studies? That's why I heavily want to focus on it. Now, I will show you guys the mood board that I created. The rules on the left side, oh my God, the rules in the left corner are kind of the ones I just stated, but they're all just divided by aspects in my life, which are like, here we go. Okay, I'm sorry for the slight pause there, but someone just came into my room right now and my whole thought process kind of went away, so I'm just gonna awkwardly put this back in the video. Don't mind my editing. I'm just simply yapping here. Again, in the left side over here, okay, it's basically the rules, I guess, rules or steps that I listed down on my journal over here. Um, but they're all divided into the aspects of my life, which is like the people around me, my surroundings, health habits, appearance, spending habits, dating, education, hobbies, and my mindset. Now, if you look at my mood board, you get what I was saying at the beginning of the video of it looking complete wholly. It's not the type of vision board that you'd want to look at the individual pictures. I mean, yes, you could look at the individual pictures, but looking at it entirely, I think just tells a story and like just says screams rather what type of person I want to become in this year. And so yeah, that's okay, my hair is bothering me so much right now. I'm sorry for getting sidetracked there. But yeah, this is the title of my vision board. I'm sorry, I keep on interchanging those two things, two which are completely different from one another. That's the title of my vision board, intent and mindfulness. I just love looking at my vision board right now. It's the first time I've done it. I can't blame the people who do it. I get that it's cliche, but hey, you gotta try the cliche at least once. Now, thank you for watching me up for 30 or so minutes.